Hi everyone, it's Stacy from PeonyLaneDesigns.com. We're in the workshop. Have you subscribed to the channel? If not, click the little blue button. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, comment down below, like this video, and click the bell icon to be notified. I need a shop! A bigger shop! I had to move the chair out from underneath here and get this up on its head. I'm probably going to have to repaint the cabinet when I'm done because I'm sure this will scratch the top of it. But I needed to get this upside down. So for those of you who haven't seen my other videos, if you're new here, hi, I'm Stacy. This little baby, I finished it. It was gorgeous. And then the legs start coming off. And it's because this wood is like super duper soft. And one leg like popped off. I filled it with Wood Restorer from JB Weld. So the large pieces that came off have been filled. I can sand it down, but I actually might fill another spot over here because when I was removing the other two legs that didn't fall off, this one, the screw just, it wasn't holding anything. And the funny thing is, this is not, this hole that's not holding anything isn't in the plywood, the pressed plywood. It's in the sidewall, which I thought was solid wood, which it is. It is. It's just soft for some reason. I don't know what kind of wood he used. We've determined this is someone's high school project. But I've got a little wood hardener that I'm going to paint over the top of this. And hopefully that does the trick as far as, you know, firming this up so that it's not going to fall apart. The screw is going to actually be able to hold on to something and bind into something. I was talking to the OG before I came on to do the video, and he had seen one of my projects, and he goes, see, you don't need me anymore. You're as good at this as I ever was. And I hate to say it, but I'm better, OG. Anyway. But he's never seen this. I said to him, have you ever stood a leg up or stood a table up and the screws just fell out? This was the pilot hole that I drilled. It's a tiny one. So this was the screw. This is the screw. This is the pilot hole. There's a huge difference in size. So if you pre-drill a hole, and sometimes if you use too big of a bit, you might have an issue. This should not have been an issue. Like, that's a tiny little bit. That's a tiny bit. So this should not have been an issue whatsoever. There's something funky happening with this wood. And I don't know what it is. I've never seen it before. But like this one here in the corner, like, there's just nothing. It's not holding anything. It just pulls right out and pushes right back in. And I'm like, that should not happen. Every time I think I've seen everything, something new happens. Like these projects, these old pieces that I work on still have some curveballs left in them. For real. Just what I think. Well, there's not much more they could throw at me. I think I've pretty much seen it all. All of a sudden you stand it up and the screws just go bing, 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 bing. And I'm like, what? Absolutely can't sell it like that. I can't sell it like this. I'm going to have to fill all the holes, sand it, and paint the bottom. I don't typically paint the bottom of pieces because who sees it, right? It's the bottom. Well, on the ground. Nobody's going to see it. But in this case, because I'm using so much filler, and then I'm going to put the wood hardener on it, I just want it to be perfect before it goes out the door. I could never sell a piece of furniture that the legs are going to fall off of, or they have fallen off of, and I think it might potentially keep happening. That's why I took the other two legs that seem to be holding on off, because I want to make sure that they're going to stay. The whole thing has to be solid. Otherwise, there's no point. This is going in a burn pile if I can't get this fixed, because I won't sell it like this. I would love to, and somebody had said just replace the bottom. It's actually in between here, so I would be rebuilding the whole piece. I could do it, but at that point, you're at a time commitment, and it's just like, it's a $10 piece. I'm not going to get that kind of money out of it to rebuild the entire piece. Could be a spite thing. I might get spiteful and just have to do it. I stuck the little stool that I used to paint on top of it because I have nowhere else to put it. This place is full of stuff. It is such a mess in here. I have to clean. So while I'm waiting for stuff to dry, guess what I'm doing today? I've just got to get a better organization system for all this paint. There's just so much paint. It's just too much stuff and too little of a space. So I either need a bigger space or a better organization system. I have neither. I would love a shop. Feature enhancement. I'm going to go get the wood hardener, and then we're going to try this out and see if this works, because that way, if it happens to you, you're going to know what to do, because sometimes you just got to try things. If no one's seen it, you just got to try things. You got to just try and just try, but it's not going to hurt to try it. So this is JB Weld Wood Restore Liquid Hardener. I used this on my rotted wood on my porch, and it didn't seem to do that. It was okay. Worked okay. Wasn't great, but that was way rotted. So this is not rotted at all as far as I know. And then I think what I will do is, I had the leg originally on this outside. You can see where it's like a solid piece of wood here. Hang on, let me get you close. Okay, so you can see this is my drill hole. This is the one that's not holding. This was what I thought was just like a solid piece of wood. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm wondering if it's the grain that's the problem. Anyway, so this is the pressed plywood. That's where they had their legs. And the hardware stayed on there. So even though one of the legs was missing from the hardware, these were all still intact. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to put the liquid hardener over the whole thing again, and I'm going to fill the holes. But I think I'm going to put the legs in from the edge this time, like they had them. So like that, instead of like that. I think that's better. I think that's better. The only thing I need now is I need to find a chip brush, because the liquid hardener, you do not want to use your good paint brushes with that. You want to use a disposable brush, because whatever you put it on is going to harden. So this is a chip brush. For those of you who are new to refinishing furniture, chip brush. So these are cheap disposable brushes, pure bristle, made in Taiwan. They fall apart really easy. They're really inexpensive at most hardware stores. I think I got this one at Goodwill. Bought a package of chip brushes at Goodwill. This is not what you want to paint with. You do not want to use these for painting unless you are in dire straits and it's the only thing you've got, because these bristles will fall out and they will embed themselves in your paint. They will leave streaks. They are not the best, but they will work in a pinch. And what they're great for is things like putting on paint stripper or wood hardener, or anything that you're not going to want to clean out of your brush. Like you don't want to put in your septic system like me. I don't want to wash out paint thinner, or not paint thinner, but paint remover into my septic. And I don't care how safe it says it is. Sorry, I don't want to have to replace my septic system because I decided to wash a brush, right? So that's what chip brushes are for. They're meant to be disposable. So, chip brush. I'm definitely going to have to repaint the top. I just decided to move it closer to me and the top slid across. I'm just going to dump it right on. I'm not going to use like I'm going to dump it in the middle and move it out. Well, I'm fancy that way. Yeah, this is fancy. Dump it in the center and then spread it out from there. All right. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to throw this out. That's my garbage on the back of the door, but this is wet, so I'm going to set it on a paint can with its bristles over the edge of the can to let that harden up so that it doesn't get stuck in my garbage. Because it hates me. It hates me. It literally hates me. This is dry up front. Back here where I use the JB Weld the other stuff, oh, I put it away. I've been cleaning. Now I can't find anything. It was right here. It was right here. It's not there anymore. Anyway, the JB Weld wood restorer that I used, that softened it. It's wet. It's sticky. You can see it's actually changed color, or maybe you can't, but it's coming off. Like, it made it soft. So I've just been sitting in here cleaning, waiting for it to dry so I can finish. Probably not going to fill the holes then. I don't want to fill the holes if this isn't going to work. Now, when I push on this, I mean, it just feels like wood, but the parts that are dry up here, like, feels like wood. This stuff back here does not. It feels gooey and sticky, and the hole that I had to fill, the big where the leg came off, is sticky. Because it's trying to kill me. Okay, guys. Those pieces aren't drying. And it's gotten way late tonight. I need to wrap it up for the evening. Sometimes some projects really make me want to drink. I've been cleaning though. I pulled this out. I had this on the floor over here and I kind of forgot it was there. And I'm going to get that in the shop. So I love that picture. I don't know why I set it down and then just kind of started working on other things and never brought it out of here, but it's coming out now. And I've got a box of garbage to take out of here. So that's, it's looking so good in here now. Like I can see stuff and it's still a hot mess, but you know, that's the fun of this room, right? Like seriously, at any second, everything in here could kill me. It could just like, boom, fall on me. I thought I was going to have that moment earlier today. Actually, that lighting rig fell on me today. Like just before, that's probably why I'm all shadowy. It's like not in the right place anymore. But that lighting rig right over here on this side. So, you know, when I did the video on how I film, I've got the 2 different lighting rigs. Well, I have 4 now. But I was working on something and all of a sudden it was like, boom, because I had moved a piece over there and our paint must have fallen over and then like it just came at me. It hit the chandelier. I think I've lost some crystals up there. I lost definitely one. I don't know where it fell. It'll turn up. But I thought, well, it's too bad I wasn't filming when that happened because y'all love when stuff tries to kill me, right? So yeah, that was not fun. Lighting rigs. Ugh. I absolutely could never paint without them now. Like if I never filmed another YouTube video, I would still have those in here to paint because having the bright lights from these lighting rigs, I mean, seriously, if you're painting and you're in any kind of gloomy environment, invest in those 600 watt LEDs, like the 600 watt equivalent LEDs, and put it in your shop because you're going to be like, whoa, you'll see everything. And the LED ones, they're like, I think they call them corn cob or something like that because they've got LEDs all the way up of them. They're about like that long. And oh my gosh, they're cheap to run and super bright. I still have, what do they call those? mercury bulbs in here, so I'm going to have to get, I have to get the LEDs. I want the LEDs. But just having those super bright lights in here has made painting furniture so much better, because I can't even tell you, like the gloominess from an overhead light now, I can't paint at all. I can't paint at all without these lights. I feel like anytime I try and paint anything, even remotely outside of this room without these lights, it's like, I can't see anything. Anyway, hopefully this gets finished tomorrow. I hope these are dry tomorrow. They're still sticky and wet. So hopefully overnight these two patches, the rest of this is dry. And I didn't want to fill it. I don't want some weird chemical reaction going on here, guys. You can kill yourself with a chemical reaction as much as something falling on you. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm not going to put new wood hardener filler in here. Plus, if this doesn't work, if I put the legs on and it pulls right out again, then there's no point in filling the other holes, and I don't want to waste product. So I am going to wait till this dries and then put the legs on and then fill it, then paint it. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'm not going to paint it before I put the legs on because, again, if it doesn't work, this is all about if this works, this wood hardener. So, I mean, it's dry. It's on there. You saw what I did. So now, I mean, I don't know, but it felt fine before. So we'll see. We'll see if it works. All right. Thanks for watching, you guys. Happy junkin'. Bye!
Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more junkin' videos.